Today on a special edition of Judge Faith, they're back, and they might be living next door to you. The nasty neighbors who took the top slots on our favorites list.
I left my blankets there washing, thinking they were going to be safe. But of course, I found out there's another rat living in the building.
Which is you.
Who steals duvets?
And then...
I did call him the N-word one time. Because he sat there calling me a cracker. I would
You
never
took it
say
to that level. Calm down.
If you,
listen. Look at me. Breathe.
Plus...
There was one particular young man who lived out of state. He wanted to rent the condo.
I'm just being nosy now. What happened with the guy?
And later...
I said, I ordered NutriBullet. What happened to it? And they said, oh, we delivered it to you.
Your Honor, I could have been framed. Anyone could have signed that.
Oh, you think FedEx is framing you?
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith.
Welcome to a special edition of Judge Faith. In the past few years, we've seen some over-the-top neighbors, and on occasion, our plaintiffs and defendants have found it a challenge to love thy neighbor. So to help them put their neighborhood dramas back into perspective, we've given them a helping hand of the law. Take a look.
Plaintiff Daniel Castilleja says a defendant's friend stole his blankets from the laundry room of their apartment complex. He's suing for the cost of stolen property. Defendant Deborah Urias says she doesn't know because she didn't steal Daniel's blankets, and she wants him to stop harassing her about them.
So I had to do my own laundry, wash my two beautiful blankets that I miss. And one of them reminds me of my grandmother. And I get to the laundromat. I see this lady, or this thing, taking off some raccoon off her hair, of her head, and throwing it in the dryer to dry it. And she's like that. I'm like, okay, whatever, to each her own. And then I left my blankets there washing, thinking they were going to be safe. But of course, I found out there's another rat living in the building.
Which is you.
Approximately how many apartments are in this building?
Oh, my goodness. There are 14 floors.
14 floors. Oh, this is a
can't
huge
even
apartment
count.
complex.
Oh, yes.
And you all share a laundry room.
Right.
So what happened, ma'am?
I got approached by the manager saying that one of my people that came to visit me, we had gone down to wash her clothes and my clothes. He said he has her on video.
Taking his blankets out of the dryer.
So I went and told her, and she's like, yeah, I got to take them back. She goes, well, after I wash them.
So she admits she stole the blankets?
Yeah, she did.
So why are we here?
Because he's saying I did it, and I was nowhere there. If he has, prove it.
On the apartment complex that I live in with this rat.
You can't call names in my courtroom,
Okay,
sir.
with this person. Whatever guests you let in, it's your responsibility. It was her guest that stole my blankets that are full of bed bugs probably by now. It's her responsibility.
Actually, I would say that you are negligent. I would say that you are negligent.
Thank you.
And you need to tell your little thieving cousin or sister-in-law, whoever she is, to stop taking people's duvet covers. Let me see proof of the value of these blankets, sir. These are 2 blankets.
One, please.
It's one duvet?
It's 2 blankets.
Okay.
Thank you, Juan.
Thank you.
Oh, you called him?
He called me over. He called me over.
I am done.
I feel a lot
I'm
safer
done.
now.
Okay.
Thank you, Juan.
You're making me blush, Mr. Castellanos, you're making me blush.
You can call me Daniel.
Sir, is that the blanket that was stolen out of the laundry room on the day in question? I don't know if you can handle seeing this, but that's a photo. You're suing for $270 in emotional distress?
Yes, because this is a serious matter. My wool blanket that was stolen reminded me of my grandmother's. She had one just like it, and I had just bought it. I still Miss it to this day.
Who steals duvets?
Exactly. Especially beautiful ones like mine.
Okay, I'm gonna rule now. Based on the evidence in this case and everything I've heard, the law is very clear that people are not responsible for the independent criminal acts of a third party. But in this case, ma'am, you were completely negligent in allowing this woman to go down to the laundry room unsupervised. I am going to order a partial judgment in this case in the amount of $438, judgment for the plaintiff.
Coming up, a ransacked rental has a neighbor in court defending her nasty behavior.
My life was threatened. It was a horrible neighborhood.
Okay.
Then she just went out of control. The N-word, I'm N-word this, the only good N-word is a dead N-word. My grandpa used to own N-words.
Hi, I'm Judge Faith. Follow me on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Plaintiff Demi Drummer says his former tenant was nothing but trouble. He's suing for unpaid rent and a security deposit. Defendant Mickey Brown says she doesn't know because she tried to make the living situation work. But Demi was rude and made it impossible.
She gave me this sob story that she lost everything due to an electrical fire, and she had nothing, and she was staying out of an extended stay hotel with her husband. And so I said, you know what? I feel for you. I want to alleviate the pain that you're going through right now. I will give you the keys to the apartment today.
And here we are today.
And here
How did that work out
today.
for you?
Sadly.
How old are you?
For a story. I'm 24.
You're 24.
But
okay.
I look 16.
And
you know.
At 24 years old, you own a 4-apartment unit building.
Yeah, Honor, you ain't got to toot my horn like that. But yeah.
I just want to get this established.
Yes.
Right? These are the facts, right?
Let's put that out there. Okay.
Do you live there?
I do.
Did you get a security deposit from her?
No, I did not.
Did you get any rent from her?
No, I did not.
Okay, because most landlords don't allow people to move into their apartments without giving them any money.
I'm inexperienced. It's kind of new to me. I just
That was a
owned the
rookie
house for
mistake.
yeah, that was a big rookie mistake.
Okay.
Real big.
What do you say the conversation was, ma'am, when you moved in?
I only lived there 7 days. I never established residency. I never brought in any kind of furniture. I wanted nothing to do with that
But
place.
you expected to pay rent at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to stay there, but I didn't stay there, and I had no plan on staying there.
You only lived there for 7 days.
I remodeled the kitchen for him while I was there.
In 7 days?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I don't have, no,
So
I
why
have
did
no
you move
idea.
out after? Why did you move out?
Okay,
Calm
I'm
down.
saying,
Calm down.
if you-
listen,
okay.
listen. Look at me. Breathe. You lived there. Why did you move out after 7 days?
Because my life was threatened. It was a horrible neighborhood.
Okay. He writes to you, hey, I'm going out of town Sunday for a week. I expect the lease to be signed by then. I'm uncomfortable with having someone I do not know stay in this building while neither one of you are present with a number of animals. Someone else was there with animals. Who's that person?
No, they were watching my 2 dogs.
You haven't moved out of the apartment in just 1 week because your 2 dogs are still there. Am I right?
Just my dogs were there.
Okay, so your dogs get to live in the apartment for free?
They were sleeping outside, and he
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
And can I tell you something?
No,
ma'am?
you can't. What were the circumstances of, you say the dog, there was a dead dog you found in the apartment?
Allegedly, her friend beat the dog to death. So I decided this would be my opportunity to go see what was really going on in the apartment. And the entire house was a hot mess express. I wasn't concerned about the dogs. I just wanted her gone. I found out the dog was dead. She's starting to get ignorant. I said, good luck with whatever's going on and your dead dog.
Did she ever come back to the apartment again?
After she got her dog, she never came back to the apartment.
You never heard from her again?
Oh, I heard from her after that. Your Honor, things went way downhill after that. Then she just went out of control. The N-word, I'm N-word this, the only good N-word is a dead N-word. My grandpa used to own N-words.
Did you say that to him?
I did call him the N-word one time. Because he sat there calling me a cracker. Oh, here, Demi.
Hold on a second. He wrote to you, good luck finding your dogs. You wrote, like my daddy used to say, the only good is a dead.
No, I did not say that. I did
but
not
I'm
say
crazy.
that.
Hell, KKK.
I would
You
never
took
say
it to that level.
No, you know what?
She went
All right,
in.
I'm done hearing all of this. Clearly, there's an agreement here that you have to pay rent. And here you are, July 4th, your dogs are still there. Lesson to you. The number one rule that landlords should stick to: you don't give someone possession of your apartment without collecting rent. Just before the plaintiff, $2,206.
Coming up, a nasty condo complex dispute brings a nosy neighbor into court to testify.
So you're the go-to person in the condo community.
I'm the Mrs. Kravitz.
If anyone has a case, they call you as a witness.
And later, neighbors in a New York apartment building battle over a missing NutriBullet.
So I called FedEx, and they said, oh, yeah, we did deliver it. Somebody signed it, C. Nickerson. And I went, who is that? You know, because I didn't know her last name.
Have the two of you been juicing?
Plaintiff Norma Urena says after years of living in the defendant's condo, she was shocked when she was pushed out. She's suing for the return of a security deposit. She's accompanied in court today by her neighbor, Judy Siglin. Defendant Sylvia Smith says she owes nothing because Norma had plenty of notice and she violated the lease by changing the locks.
I get, hollered down by one of the neighbors that if I was moving. And at that point, I was so surprised. I said, I'm not moving.
Of
I'm not moving now.
2015?
Yeah, this is in 2015.
Why did she ask you that?
I go, did you see are there any signs out that I may not have seen? And he says, well, there's something in the HOA office that I saw.
Was there a for rent sign for your unit in the office?
Yes, and I had no knowledge of.
Okay, what was going on, ma'am?
That sign wasn't posted until after I had written a letter requesting a rent increase starting with the new lease if she wanted to sign on for July 1st.
And what happened in response to that letter?
I got a letter from her asking for a $400 decrease.
So what happens after that? Okay. You see that there's a sign. Is this when all the conflict starts between the two of you?
Oh, yeah, I was appalled. I was crying, and I took the photo, and I went and showed it to Judy. And I said, can you believe this? I can't believe that she's renting the place without me knowing about it. Like, she's doing this behind my back. I didn't tell her I was moving. And then I sent her a text and I said, am I being evicted?
Are you the neighbor?
Yes, I am.
Why don't you step over?
Yes.
So you've known her for 15 years prior to her moving in?
Yes, I met her when I first moved in, and every time the condo would vacate, she would come and tidy it up, and I observed a lot of unusual behavior.
What do you mean? Spit it out, Judy.
Well, there was one particular young man who lived out of state. She met him over the phone. He wanted to rent the condo. She rented to him by phone. And before she even met him in person, she was in love with him and going to marry him. And
so you're the go-to person in the condo community. You know everything that's going on.
I'm the Mrs. Kravitz.
If anyone has a case, they call you as a witness?
No,
because you know everything that's happening?
No, the only thing that I witnessed is what she put Norma through. I watched her try to contact Ms. Smith repeatedly without,
I'm just being nosy now. What happened with the guy? The guy that moved into the condo?
He did escape. He moved out. He moved out. He did find a lovely woman. He married her. He's very happy to this day.
You really know. Like, she really knows. I didn't expect her to know everything.
Yeah. And he's got a child, too. So he's very happy, and so are his parents. Yes. They're living elsewhere.
Okay. I digress.
Next to this?
Thank you. Thank you, Judy. Thank you.
So can I just say, what I was hoping is to renew the lease with my tenant, because she's been a great tenant.
So you did end up moving out. And you say that she kept your security deposit.
Yes, my
$1,650?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Damages, changing of the locks. We couldn't get in to show the property. And then...
Who changed the locks?
She did. She locked us out.
Well, yeah, she's trying.
Judy, do you have something you want to add here?
When she was trying to come in, I mean, sure, she's the landlady.
How do you know this, Judy?
Well, because I know Norma. She comes to me. She said, I was petrified last night because someone tried to enter my home.
She could have gone to the police because you can't lock her out of her own condo.
She could ask me for a key. She could ask me for a key. You could have asked me for a key.
She didn't actually. You know what? She doesn't have to ask you for a key. By your lease, you're required to provide her with one. I think you were trying to make this difficult. You're trying to make this process difficult. You need to realize that you are the tenant. You are not the landlord. For that condo, you have certain limited rights, but she has the ultimate right and authority to the condo that she owns. She lost rent because of your actions and the actions that you took. You did properly withhold her security deposit. Judgment in this case is for the defendant.
Plaintiff Darlene Bishop says the defendant stole the NutriBullets that were mistakenly delivered to the wrong apartment. She's suing for the value of her blenders. Defendant Shantae Nickerson says she doesn't know because they live in a bad neighborhood, so anybody could have signed for the NutriBullets. She's accompanied in court today by Daylise Moore.
The floor that I live on the 14th floor, is like a neighborhood, a family. We all know each other. I watched the kids grow up, so we all were like very close-knit. When Shantae came to live in the building, she's diagonal from me.
Yes, when was that?
About a year ago.
She moved onto your floor?
Right. She's diagonal from my apartment. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it was friendly, whatever, no problem. I was watching TV because of my health problems, and I saw the advertisement for the NutriBullet with the BOGO. You get one free.
Oh, buy one, get one free.
Yeah,
got it.
BOGO. So the NutriBullet people said to me when I ordered it, it would take anywhere from 10 days to 2 weeks to get this. During that time, I'm in and out the doctor's office, and I wasn't really thinking about it, and I came home. I said, oh, wait a minute, what happened to my NutriBullet? Because now this is like 3 weeks, almost a month.
Okay.
So I called FedEx, and they said, oh, yeah, we did deliver it. And I said, you delivered it? I said, where did you deliver it to? Somebody signed it, C. Nickerson. And I went, who is that? Because I didn't know her last name.
Have the two of you been juicing?
No, not at all. I didn't even know what the NutriBullet was.
So what happened? Did you sign for the NutriBullet?
No, I did not. At the time when she had told me that the package was being delivered, I was not in my apartment. I was at work at the time, but my witness was there.
Okay. You were home that day?
Yeah, nobody knocked on the door for no package.
It does say that the person that signed for the package, it was signed by C. Nickerson in apartment 14A.
And I was not around.
What's your apartment number?
14A, and I was at work at the time. I was not around at the time of the incident.
One is like, this does not take a lot of investigation to see what happened here. Wow. People can't even make kale smoothies anymore without people trying to get the NutriBullets.
So when I called
the woman
them,
has diabetes, she's trying to get better, get healthy, and somebody stole her NutriBullet.
Yeah, well, Your Honor, I could have been framed. Anyone could have signed that.
Oh, you think FedEx is framing you?
I mean, I wasn't around at the time.
Because they don't want to be responsible for the NutriBullet?
I was at work and my witness was in the apartment at the time.
Once you made the complaint to NutriBullet on October 7th, the very next day they reshipped the order to you and sent you 2 NutriBullets.
Right.
And so if anyone is out of NutriBullets, it's actually NutriBullet. Yeah. And so they should be the proper ones pursuing a claim against
me.
Against you. Yeah, you're right.
Coming up, more Judge Faith favorites. And now, more Judge Faith favorites.
This is more of a criminal case for you versus a civil case because stealing someone's mail is a serious offense. And if you make a report and you have enough evidence, I think you have sufficient evidence here, I think there will be a criminal investigation. But civilly, that lawsuit belongs to NutriBullet. Judgment in this case is for the defendant. I hope you enjoyed this special edition of Judge Faith. It can be tough when you and your neighbors don't see eye to eye. So if you can't fix the problem before it becomes a bigger problem, be sure to document the issues as they happen. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.
If you or someone you know has a dispute, don't take the law into your own hands. Let Judge Faith rule on it for you. To submit your case, go to judgefaith.com and tell us your story. See you in court.